Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host, the most the Bridge T58. Had a nice, little week break, just like Chelsea had a nice little week break, enjoying ourselves, having a nice little relaxing time away from Chelsea, away from the nonsense, what I'm saying. So it's all been good. Obviously, there's not been that much transfer news to even talk about in general, other than the loans have been coming back. In regards to obviously Cassidy and others, but what am I here for today? We're doing the preview for the part 2 of the CARABOA Cup semi-final between Chelsea and Middlesbrough, where Middlesbrough are currently winning 1-0 and aggregate preview today. So, let's get into it. So, I'm going to first of all, as I always do, start with the opposition team, and that in this case will be Middlesbrough. Now, Middlesbrough currently are about 13 players, 3 are on international duty, the rest of them are literally injured. As of right now and currently, so obviously there's that to consider first and foremost. In regards to Middlesbrough themselves, obviously they beat us 1-0. I felt obviously they took their chances. They did a good job of having that really low block play, which we weren't able to really break down in that game, barring like the Palmer chances which he had actually missed in the game. Now, you're obviously going to be about some of the players that we had in that game as well, so of course could be advantage Middlesbrough, so they could be like, Chelsea only got 4 centre backs to deal with in the back four, so you never know, man. That could be a very big advantage for them at the end of the day. So they could be looking like that, like this, licking their lips, ready for that Chelsea drilling that they're gonna do at Stamford Bridge. You never know. But at the same time, if you look at history, they have no one at Stamford Bridge in 49 years. So that's almost like half a century, mate. That's a whole lifetime that they have not won there at all. So of course, that's something else to consider at the very least. They drew, if I'm not mistaken, their last game in the championship, and I think they had another injury, if I'm not mistaken, too, in that game too. So listen, man, these guys are losing bodies. You know what I mean? They're losing bodies, of course. Now, in regards to what I think is going to be the lineup, what am I expecting to see in the game? Again, I think it's going to be very similar to what they did against Chelsea, and the lineup I believe that they will play is as follows. Now, it's a 4-2-3-1 again. Glover in goal, Ayling, Fry, Clark, and Ingle. Basler and Hackney are your 2 CDMs. A 3 of Jones, Rogers, and Azaz as your 3. And then your number 1 guy up front is S. Greenwood, not the other Greenwood. Okay, so that's probably what we're going to be expecting to see. And one of the things that we do know that was spoken about post game was the fact that they were clearly targeting Levi Colwill and the way that he plays as a fullback. So I wouldn't be surprised again if Colwill plays left back, if they try that again. It's going to be interesting to see, obviously, if obviously Chilwell is now fully back in training. Will he put him in there straight away to be a left back? Or will it be left wing, which we'll discuss definitely for sure in the Chelsea side of things. So again, for them, that's interesting to see. Obviously, they've got Ayling now, who they've signed as well from Leeds. He's obviously a veteran, someone that I'm pretty sure knows his know-how, knows his way around the game, playing in the EPL for 3 seasons previous. So he knows how to play against EPL teams at the end of the day, and he's going to be playing fullback for them. So again, another interesting dynamic to think about if you're Chelsea Football Club. Now, let's go to the other side, to my side, to the blue side, to the Chelsea. Now, in regards to Chelsea, similar situation, I would say. Obviously, we know that Jackson, currently in AFCON, they've actually qualified now to go into the last 16, by the way, Senegal. Obviously, as you guys know, NKUNKU apparently not going to be available for this game. Oguchukwu, Lavia, of course, not available. James is not available. Wesley Fofana, not available, of course. And I think that's pretty much all of the guys that are currently, from what I know, and I can remember, are currently not available in the squad. And obviously, there was some breaking that Malagus is not going to be available just for this game. Probably got a muscle overload, so he's probably going to be available for the Villa game. And again, that just comes down to poor, game planning, full gameplay, the way again, I always come back to what is going on in training. The manager had multiple opportunities to take this guy off when we were winning, and he didn't do so. He played this guy the full 90 minutes. So, if we have anyone to blame, really, it is the manager on when it comes to some of these players and them going out. I'll be honest, bro. The record speaks for itself, you know what I mean? At some point, the luck has to run out when it comes down to that one specifically, in terms of the injuries. Now, listen, guys, I think the first guy that I want to talk about that's going to be very interesting is, of course, Ben Chilwell. Now, in regards to Chilwell, it's going to be interesting in the case of we know what Pochettino does. You know what I mean? Pocheliban, as I like to call him at times. Listen, he could well play this guy left wing tomorrow. I could see it happening as well. You know, he might actually play him left wing. It's crazy to say that, but I could really see a scenario where he plays Chilwell left wing because he's got previous, of course, of doing that, and then he plays Levi Colwill as the left back. And I think that is a very possible and strong scenario, obviously, of that taking place. Now, ideally, you do not want that to be happening. Ideally, do not want that to be happening. And he actually plays Levi Colwill. He plays Ben Chilwell at left back because at least, you know, our left back, we know he can do a job for us there, and that's his position. And then you play a two, of my personal opinion, of probably Badiashile, and then you play Thiago Silva, and then you play Disasi right back because that's the only choice you got, and you play a bit more defensive in the sense that you have those three that are a lot more defensive, then you just hold Chilwell to do the attacking overlap thing, and just don't even come back for defense, in my opinion. And that works well for Chilwell in a way, obviously with the wing-back role that he did really well with under Tuchel, so that works well for him personally, in my personal opinion. So that would be my ideal thing, but I could see that a major scenario, yeah, where he does Levi Colwill, Benjamin Chilwell and Levi Colwill, like that as your left-hand side. And I could see that happening, bro. And you know what, yeah, it would work better for him because then it allows him then to play Palmer up there in the striker role again, and then he can play Sterling on the right, which he likes to play, Sterling was playing really well for him on the right, and then, you know, you can have Gallagher in the 10 role. And then that will be perfect for him. So, listen, when I tell you guys, yeah, the math, yeah, it works. The math is mathing for this one. Now, in regards to what I think is in regards to obviously any other situations, Chukwuemeka, I don't know if he's going to be getting a shot in yet. I feel like, again, with him, is the fitness level there to be, you know, starting a game or even he's come off the bench already, but I don't think he's ready to start the game, if that makes sense, because obviously Chua was slightly ahead of him, and has been coming off the bench as well, so there's that to definitely consider there too. Now, in regards to the squad, I believe will be happening. Of course, you got my boy Petrovic in goal. I think Disasi right back, Thiago Silva as your RCB. Badiashile will come back into the squad for this game, in my opinion, and then you have the other guy being Levi Colwill. I genuinely believe you can have 4 CBs as a fullback watch, and then obviously Enzo and Caicedo will be your pivot, and then Gallagher in the 10. Now, in regards to the 3 up top, I think you'll still go for Palmer in the striker role. You will have Sterling as your right winger, and then Chilwell as the left winger. It just, the maths just works, man. It just works, bro. He already did it previously in our previous game against Fulham. He will do it again, and it's cash money that he will do it again. But, you know, it just feels like, yeah, that's just the logical scenario that he would take, knowing Mr. Pochettino anyway. So that's probably what he wants to do, and I can see that happening. So listen, man, I'm just letting the streets know, everyone that's watching know. Just get ready for that. Now, in regards to the scoreline and my prediction, Chelsea should be winning this game, but, you know, knowing us, we will make it, you know, a hard one, and probably we'll draw the game, or we'll equalise, but the game will end the draw, and then you probably win it on penalties, knowing us. That's probably what I think is gonna happen. It just written the stars for me that Chelsea will get the equaliser, but we won't be able to break them down enough to get that second goal that we need. And then what will happen is that we'll go to penalties, and then we'll win on penalties. It's cash money for me personally. That's what I think will more than likely happen at the end of the day. So again, maybe we might nick it with a nice little cheeky 2-0. You never know. Sterling then Palmer. You know what Sterling's like. Sterling likes to turn up against these smaller sides. So, you know, you never know. You can see that happening, and then, you know, maybe Palmer gets a goal in there for the chances that he missed previously at the Borough Stadium. So of course, you know, there's that aspect to that too as well. Obviously, the reason why I've not added Brough as a striker role in this team is because, obviously, as you guys have heard, a lot of rumours, a lot of stuff's been heating up about the fact that he may be leaving to one of West Ham or Wolves. So, you know, he definitely looks like someone that's on his way out of the club, which is something that, you know, I've had, you guys, if you guys have watched me previously, I've said that he's the guy that's most likely on the chopping block. You know, his performances have been great. I don't know, like, his recovery from post ACL has not looked good, so it doesn't surprise that the club may be thinking it's time to move Broski on. That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Is Cassidy going to be on the bench? Probably will be on the bench too, I would say. You know, writing up players. Santos may be on the bench, you never know. But again, you know, we're going to have some options at the very least on the bench. So again, interesting to see what happens. But hey guys, as always, I've been your host, the most of Bridge 258. Dedicate your hearts. Thank you guys again for watching. Listen, man, we're back with a bang. And listen, check in for the review tomorrow. And you know, listen, man, you're gonna love it. Hopefully Chelsea win and we can get into the CARABOA Cup final, because we need Europe, some form of Europe. Simple. Love.